Hey Gemini, how are you guys? Let's do your reading. It's going to be a strong reading. I can tell you that already because just now as I was shuffling, I wish I had the camera on, I said out loud, ooh, I feel the gift card, and look, lo and behold. So anyway, that was cool. I also felt did feel like a Six of Cups, like a return or something from the past energy. I felt the Sun card and King. I'm feeling King of Cups, maybe Queen of Cups. Lots of love in an offer coming, okay? So, there's a siren. Interesting. So anyway, definitely feeling some pretty strong energies here. So let's just see what's going on for you guys. There's the Deep Knowing card, okay? Again, and that is one that I just mentioned. So, community. Let's get one more. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. You guys, please hit like, share, subscribe. And I love when you leave comments. I love when you guys support each other in the comments. Here and now, past and future. Also was getting that never-ending story really strong. But also for those of you that hit the thumbs up before you even have time to watch the video, just know that I see that. And it means that kind of stuff that, you know, it may not be a big deal for you guys to hit thumbs up, but for me, it means a lot. It helps the channel, and it just shows you know, support, and that's very, very, very appreciated, and it means a lot to me. So something little like that goes a long way. All right, I don't know why I'm still shuffling these. Let's see if we get anything else. Soulmates. So there you might have that. Might have something to do with the deep knowing. It feels like this has got a whole like a very strong time. A time element, like a timing. I just said time to go. Okay, so you guys, I'm telling you strong stuff because as I say it, the cards will come out. So anyway, soulmates and time to go. We're gonna have to dive in deeper to that, okay? Okay, time to go the distance maybe. Do you see that? Bottom of the deck. So we have deep knowing. This is when you deep down, despite how things might look, you just know. You know when you know. You know what I mean? You know? But the owl is very wise. These are, you know, this has got moon and it's got star and very like, almost like there's a deep embedded knowing of something, but everything on the outside, the voices in your head or everything in the material world is kind of saying, is not showing, it's not showing up in the material world. It could be that you have, you know, voices in your environment, people, good meaning people, family members who are not seeing it or not believing it and telling you to focus on the here and now, which is true. This is all true. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen, whatever it is, but it just means that you don't stop and get stuck, okay? This is a good time to go the distance. You definitely have a soulmate energy here. But look at that, time to go and then go the distance. And there's 3 4s. Okay, let's add these up real quick because I've had a lot of crazy stuff going on with numerology. You guys probably know that from your last reading. So 4 plus 1 is 5. So this is a 5. This breaks down to a 9. 9 plus 5 is 14, which breaks down to again to a 5. And then this is a 13, which breaks down to a 4. So lots of 4 energy. 4s are foundation and, you know, stability. 5s are often conflict. So you may be going back and forth between, like you get close to that stable place, and then you go back to there's a 4 right there. So you guys, I'm feeling 4s are going to be strong here. So let's get started. Gemini. There's that 6. Okay, Okay, there's that Six of Cups I was feeling. So this is thinking about the past. It's fond memories. There's Two of Pentacles, the juggling, Four of Cups. So if somebody's very much in their head about something that was painful, that looks like it ended, I feel like you feel like it's not over, though. That doesn't mean ever, ever to sit and wait. It always means you work on your 4 pillars of health and wellness, right? Which are money, family, health, and so there's money, there's community, there's love, and there's wealth. I mean, health, wellness, okay? So you got to keep up all those pillars. So you got to have, put energy into all of them. You can't put all your energy into one of those pillars, because then if that one gets shaky, you don't have the others strong, right? It feels like the end of the world if you put all your energy into your love life, or your, somebody that you're crazy about, and you don't take care of those other 3 pillars. Then when your love life takes a hit, or takes a blow, it feels like it's the end of the world, because it was the only thing holding you up. Does that make sense? You want to disperse your energy into all the pillars. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, I like this. 6 of Wands. So that's victory. So right under the deep knowing card, I like that. You do have an element of feeling like you're going to be successful. I'm also still feeling gift. So there's the Knight of Wands. So somebody coming in, 7 of Pentacles. Page of Swords in the other person's energy, and there's that King of Cups. I knew it. Bottom of the deck we have the Chariot. That's perseverance, moving forward, not stopping. In this deck, it does have an element of her kind of distracted. So that kind of speaks loudly to, the Chariot card is forward motion. It's perseverance. It's not stopping, even when you want to, right? We don't grow when we're comfortable. So when things are uncomfortable, we, tell ourselves, I can do hard things, and we push forward. But this is very much depicting an element of letting distractions slow you down or get you on a stop, start, okay? Your person looks like they're watching. They've got this Page of Swords, and they've got a lot of love. There's that King of Cups I was feeling. And now twice we have painful ending energy. Underneath that one we have the 4 of Wands. There's those 4 pillars. Could be twin flame. I hesitate on the twin flame things these days because I just see so much pain and people waiting for that someone, and it's okay to love someone and feel loyal and dedicated to, or acknowledging that there is that love. But what's not okay is to wait and have a life filled of sadness because they aren't around. You gotta take care of yourself. You can't make somebody your king that's not making you their queen. Does that make sense? So if they're not showing up as a king for whatever reason, you don't want to make them if they're not showing up as a king, you don't want to make them your king, right? You don't want to treat them as the king. You have to do other things until there is that equal give and take. 2 people who love each other equally, 2 people who give. That might be what you're conflicted about. I know this is right. I know this is supposed to be. I don't really want to see other people. I don't want to date. But actually that is probably the best thing for you. So there's probably some conflict about your truth and clarity. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go under the 6 of Wands, success, victory, recognition. I feel like, Gemini, here's this 2 of Cups again. I feel like you guys would probably do just about anything to make this, whatever it is, a success. You would like to be able to communicate that. We've got strong communication here. I don't know why that's not happening, but this is wanting to come forward. Then the 7 of Wands flipped out. 7 of Wands, holding your ground. So yeah, this is where your conflict is coming. You're back and forth with what to do. Yeah. Trying to balance it out. The Justice card There could be a legal situation going on, but the Justice card is balance. It's a very, very strong balance energy here. And maybe that's what's going on, is you're mastering that. Your person, somebody here, it looks like, is falling into some habits of watching, observing. Didn't we get observing? I felt like we made, I don't know if we got it or I just felt it, but we got thinker in the oracles. I also was feeling observer. But they look like they're tied and bound to overthinking something. And let's see what else we get for them. Nine of Wands. So the nines are about not giving up. There's just too much love here. All right, so tell me about this waiting. What's this waiting? If you think that you're the only one waiting, it looks like they are waiting for you too. For manifestations to come through. The magician is somebody who has all the tools to manifest. Eight of Cups, leaving a difficult situation. Did someone leave? Yeah, look at that. So either somebody has to get out of something, or they did and now regret it. But look at that, two cards on that. Tell me about this Chariot. What's this Chariot? Empress. Loving, nurturing, communication. Okay, this is all about a stop-start energy and wanting to communicate feelings, I believe. And it looks like you're mirroring each other somewhat. Okay, this came out more than once. Let's find out what that is. What's the Seven of Swords? It's avoiding true love, maybe. Somebody, you know, this could be, and it could be you, I don't know. Somebody wants, I think, or has communicated wanting to keep feelings, their options open, because they don't want to admit or get tapped back into it's almost like at all costs, I'm going to avoid getting put back into a situation that I was in the past where I gave and gave and gave, and it just caused heartbreak. Yeah, there it is. This and Ten of Cups were just showing. This Four of Wands, 1111. So as much as somebody's fighting their feelings, it looks like they're not. It's sneaking up on them. They're avoiding them, but it doesn't look like it's working. I think that we need to have this wave, like this new movement of people just being authentic and saying, I like you, you know? I think this could be great. I could, you know, doesn't mean I'm right, but just being honest about feelings. And that way, if the other person doesn't feel the same, it keeps us unstuck. It helps us move forward. And then we can redirect our energy onto something instead of this whole not knowing stuff, you know? People feeling left out in the cold. There's so much conflict about what not knowing. This is out in the cold, Five of Pentacles. When really there are plenty of opportunities, there's shelter right behind them, but they're too conflicted to even see it. They can't see it. There's the moon. And because it's not knowing seems to be, from what I'm seeing, a lot of it seems to be causing obsession. It's the whole, not that that makes it okay, but it's the whole not knowing. So what is advice? Thank you. Wow. Advice. So the King of Swords in reverse. The King of Swords is somebody who's, you know, sharp and intellectual. It could be like an overthinking. I think this might be saying less thinking and more doing. What can they not see? So they cannot see. What you cannot see is possibly, I think that you're healing. What's coming? Yeah. If you guys are dealing with the Capricorn, that's what's coming. We've got the Devil card here. This is drinking. Oh, this is friendship. Could be, I wonder if this is drinking. Going out, having fun with friends. it also could be this. There's that Sun card. Somebody could be healing from an addiction, and okay. If you are dealing with an addiction and it's like been really difficult, this is very much screaming go the distance, even if you've had a hiccup. Okay, because it takes, like, if you like, I quit smoking. If you ask anybody who's beat it, it takes multiple failures before you get there. Most people don't quit and then never fall back. The problem is that it was when people quit, they fall back and then they go, oh well, I messed up. It's too much. You know what I mean? I can't do it. The Fool card, new beginning, start over. Yeah, this is starting over. I'm going to have to pull a different deck because I'm kind of feel like I'm all over the place with this one. Time to go. There's the Star card and the Moon. Wow, the Moon and the Star. Dreams, wishes. This is beautiful. Healing. Okay, so there's a ton of healing. Maybe from an addiction. And when you do give up an addiction, there is normal emotional, it's not just the physical chemical withdrawals. There's normal emotional letdowns and situations that go with that. Not for you. Thinker. Why do we have the not for you? Milk and honey. There might be a Libra that might be causing some havoc in this story, which I really don't know. Let's ask some real specific questions. Tell me what is this person... Let's see. That was the Lovers. That's a decision. Okay, let's see. It looks like this person is trying to figure out what to do and how to come back. Tell me how this person sees Gemini. Yeah, see, it's pretty clear. Okay, it looks like they walked away and regret it. Because see, this Eight of Cups is in reverse. They want to come back with a new love offer. If they're the ones dealing with an addiction or a problem, it might be what is causing, fear to return. You guys let me know in the comments. Okay. How does this person view the situation? Holding back, being defensive. Huh. Okay, so I just think that you guys are doing the same thing. It looks like they're waiting for you, you're waiting for them. I wonder, we keep getting this three of Wands, which is progress. What's the the blockage is not moving forward, lack of communication, lack of action. You got to focus on you and what you've got going on here, obviously. There's that progress card again. Okay, it just looks like somebody is, it's not over, it looks like somebody is just really coming to terms with what they did and how to come back. Am I being very ridiculously repetitive here? Come to the edge. What else? Advice. Breathe. I think this is just really screaming to stay in your sacred space. You're growing, but so are they. And if somebody's not ready because of a situation, it's all about them working on themselves. I feel like you guys are both working on themselves. It looks like you both know that there's a comeback here or there's a longing. But here's this Devil card again. Strong Capricorn energy. Let's see what else we can get into here. turn knowledge into wisdom. I'm really feeling like that thinker needs to be looked at. Dolphin spirit, this and that are true. Let me look at that real quick. Thinker. Oh, wrong card. Wrong book. Oh my gosh. It's a 44, you guys. Look at that. Remember I told you to watch for 44s? So when you, for fours, so when, I forgot to, I stopped looking for them. But when you guys come across fours, pay attention to what you're thinking, okay? I feel like there's a strong message in this card, so let's see. That's crazy because I said, out of all these oracles, that's the one that I felt pulled to look at. Page 166. Okay, wait, 166. Let me just see if we get a breakdown of a 4 there. That's a 7 plus. Page 166. So that's 7 plus 6. Oh, you guys. Okay. So, I think this is your second reading like this. I don't know, was the last one 4s? Okay, but check it out. So this is 4-4, and this is out of all these cards, this is the one that I said I felt like is pulling to me. There's something in it stronger. So I go to the book, I look for it. It says 166. If you break this down, it's a 7 plus 6 is 13. 13 breaks down to 4. You guys, 4s are significant. This is crazy. So strategy, being analytical and logical. The ability to reason and strategize is your focus now. Things are at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct, for in this moment there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. And you will be getting signs, I believe, from Spirit that show you, okay? Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. So here's the relationship part. This is freaky. Okay, I'm just going to say this again for you, that any of you that aren't catching it. 4s were coming up so strong in the beginning, right? I mentioned 4s. I said, I think we're going to get 4s. Out of all these cards, all these oracles that came out, the one that I said, and it wasn't even on top, but the one that I said was pulling at me was this one. I said, this one feels like it has a deeper meaning. I think I said that out loud. I thought it. So I went to look it up, and then I was like, oh my gosh, it's 4s. Okay, so I went and looked it up. It's on page 166, which this breaks down to 4s. So 6 plus 1 is 7. Okay, then you add the other 6, which is 13, which breaks down to a 4. Love is not logical, but when you choose a partner, it is good to have things in common other than desire. This is the time to weigh the pros and cons of your partnership. If there is enough common ground, go for it. If not, there are other fish in the sea. Don't force it to work. And should others tell you, remember we said that in the beginning, I feel like you're getting too much input from others. Should others tell you who they are, take them at their word. Okay, now is not the time to indulge in fantasy no matter what. In this case, the facts are the facts. So if this person is not able to show up for you right now, then that is your sign, okay? Doesn't mean that you can't love them, doesn't mean it's not meant to be sometime, but you got to focus on the here and now. And keep going the distance on whatever else you're working on, being yourself. It looks like this person wants to come back and they're thinking about it, but I see a lot of mirroring here. But I wanted to read that one thing again. It said, why did I feel like this said something about, oh yeah, telling others who you are. Don't indulge. If they tell you who they are and they tell you they're not ready or whatever, take it at face value, okay? Calculated action is called for now. It's important to sit down and plan a strategy. Focus on the steps you're going to take to claim your prosperous life. Lists are your friend now, so get out your journal, write down what you're going to do today, and signal to the universe that you're serious about abundance. Your plans and strategies will yield wonderful results. Remember, your most effective strategic partner is spirit. You will win this game and your triumph will be for the highest good. This also goes into analysis paralysis, overthinking. So this is amazing. I love that it came together like that. But basically what you need to do is get out your journal and write things down, because it sounds like you got a lot of overthinking going round and round in your head. So it's like it does miracles when you write it down. So write down what you want, why you want it. Ask a bunch of why questions. Why do I want this person? Why? What do I want in general? Do they do a checklist? Do they meet these? Do they do they meet the criteria? Are they showing up as a king? Are they able to show up as a king? What are they saying? Why are they saying it? Write it down, and that will help those thoughts from circling and spinning mindlessly in your head, okay? Watch for 4s. There's the 4s again. I feel like one more. I'm going to do a high vibe. Wow, that was powerful about the journaling. I'm going to do a high vibe assignment for you guys. This is just an assignment that you can take it or not take if you don't want it. I love these cards. These give you little processes to do. Just to keep your vibe high. Okay, so in your journaling, this is great. Get curious and ask yourself these questions. So you can add this to your journaling. What does it feel like when I feel good in my body? What does joy feel like to me? What would it feel like if I were able to receive joy and love? What would it feel like in my body if I were a high vibrational being? So get curious, ask questions, and then notice how your body changes. All right, you guys, please talk to me in the comments. I love to just see even where you're watching from. So I see where our love, my prayer chain is, my prayers are reaching. And so if you want to say hi or, tell us your story, how this applied. All right. You guys, whatever you're working on, keep going. Don't let this distract you. Remember the 4 pillars. 4 pillars. Health, finance, family, and community. Those are important. You got to have support, right? And what are they? Health. Your health and wellness. Your family and community, or maybe that's separate. And then your passion, and then your finance. Okay? Make sure you support and put energy into all those 4 pillars. And then let's talk in the comments. I'll see you soon. Love you guys. Bye. Gemini.